Let's jump to this this video we have from Boston Dynamics. Lex Fridman posted this. I'd like to play for you your dystopian apocalyptic nightmare clip starting now.
Oh man.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You saw its legs turn around?
It's so creepy.
It's standing backwards. Its head and legs spin around. Wow, dude.
I mean, I get the point of that is to show the articulation, how it's capable of moving in a way that is more mobile than a human being. But still, there's a whole lot of, man, that's the Exorcist kind of movement that you look at and you're just like, when is she going to go ahead and climb on the ceiling?
I'd like to contrast the two worldviews here. Lex Redmond says, congrats to Boston Dynamics on their new electric version of Atlas Robot. Thanks to all the amazing engineering teams at Boston Dynamics, Tesla, and others pushing the field of robotics forward. I can't wait to hang out with Atlas and Optimus together at some point, robot party. To which I responded, I can't wait to fight these things as my friends scavenge a rundown gas station for food and I attempt to buy them time before we flee into the sewers.
My thought when I saw that was they will also be in the sewers and they can see in the dark.
So, yes, they will be. So night vision is
and they can, like,
great technology. Up. Yeah, they can turn into a little box.
You'll kick it. You'll be walking in the water and accidentally kick the thing.
I mean, how much does that look like?
Dude, imagine that.
iRobot.
Imagine you're in the sewer with your buddies and you have like a backpack and you're like armed. You've got limited provisions and you're like, we need to make it through because the robots find us, they'll kill us. And then you stub your toe and you look down and there's a box and you go, oh my God. And then it starts curling up and shifting around and his arms are folding and his head spins around and then it goes like, human detected.
God, it looks like
Termination
T-1000.
protocol.
Yeah, it feels like the Terminator from T-1000.
I mean,
so here's an honest question though. Like, why would anyone assume these things would not become dangerous?
Well, if you can create an intelligence and if people that create the intelligence decide that they're going to give it motivations, which is stuff that people that are working on AI are going to do, because that is what is happening here. Like, we're watching, not only are we watching robotics come to a place where it can mimic human form, we're also trying to mimic human intelligence, and they're going to be combined without question. In 50 years, there are going to be artificial intelligent humanoids walking around in society. Like, that's going to be very normal.
There's going to be, well, normally I'd say this. You would think there would be some kind of flag. They would require, like, any artificial humanoid robot is required to wear something or have a mark so you know it's not a real person. But based on how the internet evolved, that won't happen. Yep. We are legislatively paralyzed. So the internet, for example, on X, for instance, even with Elon Musk doing a great job as he does of getting rid of predators, you still have hardcore adult content on X, and 13-year-olds are allowed on there. That's insane. That should not be allowed. There should be age verification. They should block those hardcore channels so that you can't watch this stuff. That says to me, they are going to make AI humanoid robots. They've already got rudimentary ones that are clearly not people. You watch the videos and they're looking better and better, but they move stiff and they're like, hello, Phil, it's great to see you. And you're like, okay, the voice is getting better. We saw that one video where the robot stuttered. They add a fake AI stutter voice
to make it more human seeming.
Right. And so what's going to happen is there will be no regulation. You'll be walking down the street one day and there'll just be some guy and he'll be like, how's it going? You'll be like, hey, what's up? You won't even realize it was a robot. Robot the whole time.
It's going to be Data from Star Trek.
No.
Next Generation.
Like, sort of. But one of the first, the funny thing about Data from Star Trek The Next Generation is he had no emotions and he struggled to act human. He was trying to learn how to be human. The first thing they're doing is creating the personalities.
Yeah.
Do you think that they'll work out these robots just to seem more human? Because they don't need to work out, but do you think you'll see one running on a trail and be like, hello, sir?
They don't regenerate the way we do, so that would just limit their lifespans.
So you'll know if you see a guy running down a trail and he says hey to you that it's not a robot.
Unless it's a spy robot intended to infiltrate these places.
I mean, we're literally like just a skin suit away from the first gen Terminators that they talked about in the movie. But then you could see them because their skin was latex.
I don't think they're going to build these things for any functional work purpose first. I think it'll be sex bots. Because, look, I can hire someone at minimum wage or I can spend how much money on one of these robots to lift boxes?
Wow. If you got like a $30,000 robot that just cleaned your house and you had sex with you, that would be I didn't mean you personally, but I'm just saying in general.
The rhetorical you.
If someone could do it, they'd go get groceries. Maybe leaving the house is a little extreme for a robot at this point.
No, they're gonna.
So this is the issue. Actually, fair point. I was wrong. How much do these robots cost?
I'm not sure the cost, but I imagine that they're going to be looking to
It's got to be what, millions?
Maybe now, but I mean I don't know, because I don't know what the technology's like, but really it's like you're talking about electric motors and servo. So I don't know how involved it is. And I'm speaking definitely as a very ignorant person about this, but the technology is really in the software, and it's not in the servos and et cetera, like the actual motors and stuff like that. It's not super crazy far out technology to do it. What's the important part is the balance and the software.
If it costs $30,000 for one of these robots, McDonald's replaces their staff in 2 seconds, because they're going to say, over the course of 3 years, we are going to pay any minimum wage employee, $40,000. These robots last 5 years and they cost $30,000 up front. Done.
And they don't get burnt, and they don't call in sick, and they can't, and they're not going to go to HR, and they're not going to. I mean, it's like
they can double as security at your building.
You don't need security.
You don't want to do that, because why would you steal why would you worry? Because you've got all robots inside. You order at a kiosk, the robots make it and hand it to you. What do you have to worry about security? Because everyone's paying with their credit card or whatever.
There won't even be cash in the
There's
restaurant.
no reason. Yeah, it's like let someone come in and break something, whatever. You've got insurance. It takes all the concerns of safety go away aside from safety for your customers. Obviously, you want to make sure that the people that are coming to get food from there are safe, but otherwise, like internally for your business and stuff, all the worries about OSHA and stuff, like out of here, like that, who cares, like there's a ton of stuff there's a ton of things that make it more appealing. It's exactly what the automotive industries did. It's just that the automotive industry has big gigantic robots that have arms and stuff like that. If the automotive industry can have these and just give them existing power tools, and they can do what the big, what your average person is doing on the line, you're talking about wiping out entire industries for jobs.
Have you guys seen there was an article in the New York Post about a guy who spends $10,000 a month on AI girlfriends?
No. God.
Yeah, because there was that one company where people were using it for, titillation, and so they banned it, and they were like, stop. And then all of a sudden everyone revolted and said, but my waifu. So they said, okay, grandfathered in, but from now on, no more of this weird, creepy, titillating content. So these other companies emerged, and they were like, we'll let you do it. So a lot of people are wondering where these like AI porn images came from that popped up all over Twitter. There are services that allow you to generate your own girlfriend. Like you can customize it and everything. And then you pay a subscription. They allow you to generate overt adult content of AI women. Guys are paying for it. I was thinking the next era of Luddites, it's not going to be factory workers. It's not going to be trades. It's going to be sex workers. There's going to be a bunch of,
musicians too, maybe. Cause I was thinking in the shower earlier, like, geez, making music. It's like, it's not about the finished product. Making music is actually about making the music. It's about banging on a drum with your buddy and like making some sounds together.
Well, maybe when we played the AI songs when Harmeet was here, she was just dismissive, saying, "Oh, this is stupid. It's boring. It's bad." And I think the issue for a lot of people is they assume all music is Zeppelin or The Weeknd or Taylor Swift or something like well-crafted songs. When I would probably estimate, I don't know, Phil probably knows better, but I'd say like 70% of music is background instrumental stuff for jingles, for movies, for like most people don't realize that when you're watching a movie, there's really subtle background music the whole time, almost the entire time in films. And there's a guy who writes all that music. So you go online, you can AI generate all of that now. That's going to eliminate a large portion of money in the music industry.
Well, I'm down to talk more about sex work, actually. Oh, before we go into sex work, the Boston Dynamic robot, I got a price tag. The Spot robot dog is $74,500.
What about the guy?
I haven't seen one for the guy. And by the way, I'm on Brave. It's AI answering my search queries. It's got AI answering, AI generated answer. It's not a.
I want to know how much this robot guy costs.
I mean, this is
And then-
he's probably this is probably like prototypes. They're probably like 20 or so of those that they've got made now. So
How amazing would it be to get one of those? Get a realistic silicone Seamus mask, put it over its head, and then attach it to ChatGPT real-time voice with Seamus's voice, and Seamus could never leave us.
that's right.
He would leave, but we always have a
Great.
You could have an AI that knows everything there is to know about potatoes.
yeah.
Do you think you'd ever buy one of those Boston Dynamic dogs?
You can buy them
Just
now,
have-
can't you?
yeah, it's 75.
Oh, you're saying
grand.
if
just to have
I
it
wouldn't.
patrol the studio or something, freak people out. People would lose their shit.
Actually, I mean, I got to be honest. It's a really great thing to have because they walk into their own charger. I'm pretty sure, and they sit. Is that what they do? Right? They
I don't know.
Yeah.
once
You
the
could-
battery gets low, they walk to their charger and then charge.
the new place, it might not be a bad idea to have one on patrol.
Teach it to skate.
Well, because think about this. The biggest issue we have is information when it comes to security. So with all the buildings we've got, the reason we have security is because if someone comes around who shouldn't be, we need to know it's happening.
Yep.
Then we call backup. Now, a human being can also be armed in West Virginia. So we got a handful of those guys. Ain't nobody coming around. But $74,000 for one robo-dog costs way more for security.
yeah. I don't know how secure it's more of a scout, I think, at this point.
Exactly. And so you can reduce the amount of security guards you have a couple guys who are armed, and have a couple robo-dogs. You cut your costs down.
Built-in night vision.
Because the robo-dogs can do the patrolling
all night long.
and then alert the security team to any
And also
intrusions.
scare off wildlife and stuff.
Yeah.
You can also have a thermal on a robot dog.
Yep.
The thermal vision as opposed to night vision. It's actually better if you're looking to identify living things.
What I was actually planning on doing was building fake auto defense turrets for Freedomistan.
It'd be so cool.
So you would just see these like two big things moving back and forth with lasers pointing. And, they wouldn't actually have any capability to do anything other than look intimidating.
just follow someone if they get
and,
emotional.
and what it would actually be is, the sprinklers that go,
Yeah.
we would just put a big cylinder on it. So it would look like it's patrolling, but it's actually just a sprinkler.
That's funny.
And then people would be like, I'm not going anywhere near that thing. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, it's freaky. I was talking about this earlier. In West Virginia, we've had weirdos come onto the property, assuming nobody's there. We had that incident that happened, I think it was last year, when some guys broke into one of the buildings and one of our security guys opened fire on them.
You should.
Yeah. And so, but this is the price of freedom.
Yeah.
Do you, look, we're out in the middle of nowhere and there's crime. You go to New York, there's crime. In New York, you have no freedom and there's crime. In West Virginia, there's crime and you have freedom. So you can defend yourself.
You should get a gun safe for in the studio, and so I can bring a gun to leave there when I'm not there. It's in the safe, locked up.
Constitutional carry state,
Yeah.
But
awesome.
anyway, robots.
Robot sex dogs.
What?
Wait, I didn't know those words. I didn't mean to say them at the same time. But now I'm thinking about it.
Clip it.
Uh-oh. It brings a whole new meaning to the word doggy style, if you know what I'm talking about.
No, down, Vosh, down.
Dude, wow, that's coming up on the horizon, and I did not mean to manifest that. Oh, God.
So with, we talked about this before. There's already a mod for, I think it's Skyrim, where you can talk to an AI companion, and it uses GPT to answer your questions and talk to you. Now with these AI girlfriends, this is the first thing they're putting money in because they know guys will spend money on it. Look, you build a robot that can carry boxes.
Yep.
Amazon will go to their insurance company. They'll talk about liability. They'll talk about rates. They make the AI porn and the guys, they're buying it up.
I imagine the robots like this, they're going to be, they're going to be home appliances. You're going to have a robot around to do menial tasks. You've already got Alexa that goes and turns people's lights. In my apartment down here, the apartment, I have Alexa, and it's handy. When I go home, I don't have that stuff at my place in New Hampshire. So when I go home, I can't even wait.
The chat is putting 20s for what Ian just said.
Because you know I'm right. That's so funny.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.